Hello and welcome back to S.T.A.L.K.E.R OGSE. Well, if my research has been accurate, then it would appear that you have to get to the other side of the bridge. Not that side, but this side. So let's see if I can make that jump. It looks very close, looks quite a tight jump. Getting up there seems to be a problem. Never mind the jump. The chap in the video that did this made it look much easier. And the sort of, I'm not sure what to call that noise, but it sort of affects your vision. So that on top of this balancing axe, it makes it much harder, probably purposely. So it's quite clever, quite a cheeky addition. Right, I think I'm just going to make a save here because I don't really want to keep having to fall down and get up here again. Right, this was the bit that he jumped at, so I think he landed on that bit there, where my crosshair is. Right, this looks to be quite difficult actually, so it's probably going to take quite a few attempts to get right. The other thing I have to bear in mind is that, assuming I do get through onto the other side, then I've got a controller to face at some point. Oh, he's there already. Great. Just talk about timing. I can't believe that just happened. That's the sort of timing that you don't get very often. Would be quite convenient if I could take him down early. Swine. I had enough of this in the wild territory. Being perched on a bridge while spinning around, it's this is pretty cruel. Grenade time, I think. Except I don't have any. Oh, no, that was an accident. Might work into my favour, actually. Doesn't seem very bothered about me. Just wondering if this guy's a particularly tough controller. I don't know whether he can actually get me from there, but I guess we'll find out in a minute. No, I've got no grenades in there either. Take it he's not dead. I don't think I killed him. Right, I need to check my artifacts actually and make sure that nothing's reducing the telepathy. I'll probably take that off for now. Yeah, it's probably about as good as I can do, really. I'm just starting to think he's decided to go inside into that, what appears to be a doorway there. Don't think they're exploding barrels. Right, let's get back on top of the bridge again. And this time I got up there much easier. I guess I was at the right angle. Right, make another save. For a split second I thought I saw his body, but I think it's just the shadow. Right, let's try again. Oh, pretty close. Yeah, got it. Right, I'm going to make a hard save here. Right, there he is. I can see him. Got him. I don't think I'll bother with the controller's hands. They're probably worth a bit, but it's just not worth it, really, lugging them around. Right, I guess we know what happened to them then. They got zombified or controllified. Get the scientist records from the Darkscape. Just about to. I'm not sure whether this little area is actually bigger than I expected or smaller. I suppose it's probably about maybe a tad bigger than I expected. Right, so all I have to do now is get the lab log back to S.T.A.L.K.E.R at Yantar. None of those PKMs are in good condition. Anything but, really. Probably nothing down here, but I like to explore, so let's take a look and see if I can find something. I'll probably go left once getting out of this tunnel. Where did that take me? Is that back to the Dark Valley? The Dark Valley. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be much quicker to get out that way than all the way around there. Yeah, it's the best way to go that way. Go left. The sooner I can get out the range of this, I don't know what you call it, a psi attack, the better. Alright, so back at Yantar again. I popped back to the bar on the way through after having left the Darkscape. Sold a few bits and bobs, nothing too much, a little bit of minor repairs. Found a fireball on the way through. Oh, there's quite a few of them there. Is that a mutant being blasted by a grenade blast? I think it was. He's fallen through the... Best thing you can do for that poor chap. Yeah, I dropped off some ammo actually at the back of the bar because I realised I was carrying some ammo for the PKM, not the RPK. Just wanted to make sure I got the right model number. Right. Good to see you alive, Mark 1. Did you find the laboratory in Darkscape? What happened there? Yes, I found it. Unfortunately, I have some bad news. So what happened? The laboratory was I can't speak. The laboratory was attacked by a controller, then probably moved into his den. All your colleagues were killed. They turned into zombies and I had to, well, you know. Oh my god, that is a terrible tragedy. I hope they didn't suffer long. Controllers are extremely ruthless with their victims. They often eat them. Thank you for ending their suffering. You visited the laboratory. Did you manage to find the journal? Yes, here it is. It is fairly well preserved. I read a little on the way. I hope it's not confidential information. Well, I personally haven't read anything of it, and I'm going to lose it now, which is a shame. But oh well. Even if it is confidential, I can't refuse you the right to study it. Thank you for having brought it to me. And now tell me why Barkeep sent you to me. I'm looking for the X16 lab. Barkeep said that you know its whereabouts. We've been interested in the X16 lab for some time. Rather, the device inside, which generates emission that directly affects people's minds. I have to disappoint you. You can't enter without special side protection. The result is obviously tragic. Even if you manage to avoid the hordes of zombies around the entrance to the lab, you risk turning into one of them. All this is very serious. However, in the journal that you brought from the Darkscape, I found a project for a device which helps shield the emission. But for more accurate adjustment, it's necessary to conduct a number of additional measurements. I wonder if that's where Krugloff comes in. If you help us with this, after some time we will probably be able to adjust the final prototype for field testing. Measurements. If you accompany one of my staff, you will take all the necessary measurements. I am prepared to build a prototype of a protective device and give it to you. It will most likely allow you to get into the laboratory. Well, I have to agree, otherwise that's the end of the game. So, of course I agree. Well, that's great. Talk to Krugloff and go. He's already equipped with all the necessary gear. Okay, this is what I was expecting last time, but you know, to OGSE's credit, they made it a bit more varied and interesting. And I thought that bit in Darkscape, yeah, it was pretty good.
Hello? Hello?
Hello? Hello. Right, so you do repairs. Let's see if you can repair anything. Yeah, my suit's slightly worn. You can do that. I bought a couple of these recently, which are really good for combating the effects of mental attack, mental impact, psi emissions, and so on. I've got 3, which is probably enough for now. Then again, I am entering X16. No, sod it, I'm going to buy the other 2 as well. But they are quite pricey. Before I arrived at the bar, I had about 655 grand, so I've spent a few quid. Bought some grenades for the SIG. So, but I've got the cash to do it, so that's alright. Okay, let's go and help Krugloff. Professor asked me to accompany you to the measurement site. That's it, we have to leave immediately. There's nothing left to do here but go with you. I think we can handle it quickly. The main thing is to keep away from the living dead. Are you ready? Ready.
It's too dangerous outside. You go first. Check the area outside the lab. The monsters have been very active lately.
I've always liked the sound of his voice. That they try to create the effect of, I suppose, like a closed sort of, I don't know what you call it, like almost like a closed theatre sound. But they've done a good job on that. I like that. Looks like something's still kicking off. I guess I could sell that back to Sakharov when I arrive back. I think Krugloff does eventually turn up. But it can take a while for him to materialise. Let's get the right ammunition in. Here he comes. Don't think I've got much of this armor-piercing rounds, but I should be okay. Too heavy. Actually, these are in terrible condition, so I may as well drop them. I won't bother with that. I'm starting to think that Krugelov, oh no, he's there. I thought he might have gone to an alternate route actually for a moment. Alright, let's make a quick save.
The detector seems to have gone off scale. Bhagwan, we need to get deeper inside. I can't see anything.
It's quite atmospheric what they've done with the colour here. Where is that coming from?
Frank, we can't just leave him like that.
Just leave him. There is nothing we can do for him. The blowout is minutes away and we won't get through with him.
No, Frank, I'm not leaving him.
Something happened then. Some sort of a dream. Take your gun, Krugelov. Right, he's in pain. Still alive. We'll get up slowly. You'll be fine. It will soon pass. Right, take your gun.
Get out of here, quick. I've got the measurements now. We just need to get back to the bunker.
Fair enough. I think it's probably best just to not bother looting the zombies and just protect this guy. Not expecting to see any in this direction, in this tunnel anyway. Alright, we should be okay from here. Yeah, I've got very little in the way of armor-piercing rounds, actually. Come on, in you go. Right, we've made it. That's the important thing. I think I'll let you go first, just in case notorious sort of people getting locked and trapped indoors, which hopefully hasn't happened here. Should mention that I sold a radio that I was holding. Thank you. I was getting a bit concerned then.
Couldn't be any more accurate.
All right, let me adjust the prototype.
Все зависит от топлива. Продавать и возить вокруг. Конченый, что ли, это все эти.
Yeah, I sold the handheld radio, which, to be honest, I wondered if it might slow down the messages that I keep getting, but I think I have had one since then.
You did an excellent job. If the measurements are correct, the prototype should provide you with maximum protection from emission.
All right, jolly good. Glad to hear it.
Stalker, now you will be able to break through to the laboratory, but unless you turn off the emitter, you won't last long even with the sight protection on. We've estimated an approximate location of the emitter. It is located in an underground facility. I have marked the spot on your map.
Exactly how do I get into the X16 lab? Where is the entrance?
Vasiliev was working on the lab issue. About a week ago, he and a stalker called Ghost tried to get inside. A couple of hours later, we felt a major tremor, and after another hour, we picked up a signal from Vasiliev, coming from the swamp, but it died away. And Vasiliev died away with it, it would seem. Try to find his corpse. He had the exact information on the lab and the way to get into it. There may even be info on deactivating that source of the emission. I've uploaded you all the data we have.
Well, I think I did find Vasiliev's body in an earlier episode. In fact, I think the episode was called Vasiliev's Demise. I forget what number it was. It was, I don't know, I'm guessing a bit, somewhere between 25 and 40, something like that. But maybe there was a piece of information that you couldn't find if you found him before this quest. So I guess I'll have to look for him again. Okay, so, of course, it would be interesting to look at these documents. Do you think Vasiliev knew about these? Maybe you should start by finding his body. Only in this case there is a chance to get accurate information on the whereabouts of the laboratory. The body of your colleague, Ghost, must be in there somewhere. You know, I thought he knew much more about the X16 lab than he said. Miraculously survived somehow, although of course it's stupid to hope. Okay, I will try. Just reading that, actually, I'm thinking I'm possibly wrong. Maybe I don't have to find Vasiliev's body and I can just go straight into the lab. Maybe I've just read it wrong.
Hello? Hello?
Okay, what happens if you click that? Oh, bring the unique bodysuit. Oh, right, okay. Oh, I can't sell that to him. He is selling the armor-piercing rounds for the RPK. He is selling them for the SIG as well, so he seems to sell a wider variety of ammo for each gun than the barkeep does. Look. Bioradar. This device detects most living beings, both cold and warm-blooded, in a range of up to 50 meters. Core principle of device is detection of electromagnetic waves generated by moving and muscle contraction of living beings. It was considered that those weak signals can be detected only with special lab equipment, but scientists discovered very interesting effect of one zone artifact, crystal ball. Little pocket device of science assistant Semenov began to gain high-frequency signal, small radio situated in Argentina. After researching, scientists discovered single explanation. Crystal ball amplifies radio signal and filters it from noise. Obviously, a small part of Argentina signal was in a camp spot, but no receivers were able to detect it. But when there was crystal ball, receivers started to get various... I'm losing my place here because of the background. Well-filtered signals from range up to 14,000 kilometers. Crystal Intercept project was immediately classified, but some devices used this wonderful effect are leaked in public. But it's not particularly spot on translation here, I don't think, but for the most part it's very good. Bioradar device detects living biological tissue signal and filters it by frequency and range. As a result, you can see spots of living organisms on screen. Device originally was created for intelligence in the zone, so Semenov added in-device firmware detection of some common zone creatures. Extra firmwares are available in Science Lab's basic firmware are able to detect humans, dogs, fleshes, and boars. You should place device in splenical inventory cell to get it working. I think I said that right, I'm not sure. Looks a bit like a detector, you know, as an anomaly detector. I wonder if it does work like that. Which I think it probably does. Is there anything I can drop off? Probably not. In fact, I'm probably holding too much gear, so I'll have to drop the AK. Oh, I'm only just overweight. Right, okay. Right, let's go. Ah, I see it in the top right of the screen. If it was already there, then I must be blind as a bat. You can see the yellow dots there, just sort of around about the 15 feet or... Yeah, I think it's the 15 feet mark. Right. Just going to make sure that artifacts are on... I could have sold that, couldn't I? I'll just quickly do that. I may cut it out, and then I'll come back here. Okay, so I've adjusted the artifacts to be pretty much maximum orientated around irradiation for maximum effect. I think that's about as good as I can do, really. We'll see. There's another stash on the screen there in the top left. I think I've already been into this coach before. Oh, that was it, yeah. I've got a sniper rifle should I need it. But I think for now I'll just take the ammo because that'll come in handy for the SIG. Just check the PDA. Bit of a dangerous place to do so. Yeah, I say I've already searched for Vasilyev's corpse, so it's just a case of going to X16. Or the actual factory area first. Look at that. So this is where it begins. I'm just going to clear the very outskirts here just before I enter the gate, and then I'll start X16 and the area surrounding it proper for the next episode. Oh, I heard a murmur outside. Nothing to clear then. Right, well this seems to be a good place to leave it. So the next episode I'll be entering X16 compound, the area, the factory, whatever you want to call it. And then penetrate down into the laboratory X16. So once again, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have enjoyed the video, please consider liking and subscribing. And I'll see you next time in some more S.T.A.L.K.E.R OGSE. Bye for now.